I've noticed that we've got some kids in the 7th grade doing some fraction division, also known as, we can also think of that as unit rates. So here's a quick example here of 2/3 divided by 1/6. When I think of this, and I didn't do it when I was a kid, but what I should be thinking of is we know about 10 divided by 5. The question is, how many times does 5 go into 10? It goes in once and it goes in twice. So 10 divided by 5 is 2. Likewise, how many times does 1/6 fit into 2/3? How many times can 1/6 divide into 2/3? How many times does it fit? That's the question. And we can visualize that 1/6 fits in here once, twice, 3, and 4 times. So our answer should come out to be 4. And here's how we do this. 2/3 divided by 1/6. We can multiply the bottom, the denominator, by 6/1. That's going to clear it up, make it a fancy 1. We can also do the same thing to the top by 6/1. So this goes out to 1, and now we have 2/3 times 6/1. And many of you, when you think of dividing fractions, you think of multiply by the reciprocal or keep, change, flip, KCF. That's what we're doing here. We're keeping the 2/3 and we're multiplying by the reciprocal. And when we do that, now we have multiplication of fractions, which is 2/3 times 6/1. The 3 and 6 can cancel out to a 2. 2 times 2 is 4/1, which just reduces to 4. So we get the same answer. So if you see a problem that's 2/3 divided by 1/6, you can just keep, change, flip. 2/3 times the reciprocal. The reciprocal of 1/6 is 6/1 for a grand total of 12/3. If you can reduce this, you can reduce it here. And 12/3 is 4. Here's some other examples with some unit rates. Let's do the first one. 2 2/3 feet divided by 2/3 minute. First, convert this to a mixed number. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 2 more is 8. So this is really 8/3 divided by 2/3, which is really 8/3 times 3/2. We multiply across. 8 times 3 is 24. 3 times 2 is 6. But I notice that in my numerator, I have a factor of 3, and I have a factor of 3 in my denominator. Wipe that out. 8/2, that's a 2 times 4. The 2's cancel out, leaving me with just a 4. If I didn't do any of that, I would have had 24/6, which I could have reduced back to 4. What I'm trying to show you is, if you can reduce the product, the answer, then you could reduce those first two terms. And so our answer is 4, and our unit was feet per minute. So that is written as, sorry about that, that was written as a unit rate. Here's 7/8 divided by 7/8. So 7/8 divided by 7/8 is the same as 7/8 times 8/7. We notice that the 8's can cross out, the 7's can cross out, and you just have a fancy form of 1. So anything divided by itself is going to be 1. Anything times its reciprocal, 7/8 times 8/7, anything times its reciprocal is going to give you a fancy form of 1. So we say that anything times its reciprocal is a value of 1. Last example here, we're looking at 3 minutes here.